So I began to really study the history of the area and really think about Columbiana and what's going on and what's this art council, what are we going to be doing. And I envisioned that stone as being a place where you could sit, and because Columbiana is
the county
seat of Shelby County, I thought, how appropriate would that be if we could make that millstone a seat? And then I began to build my idea around that and created a small maquette where there are paintbrushes and guitar necks that are the legs, have the centerpiece, the dish that's the back, and it's based on a chair that would have been popular around the time when Columbiana was established. So you may not even know that. So I did some research on what did chairs look like back in that time, in the early 1800s, mid 1800s.
Right.
So the chair design is roughly based on a chair from that time period. So the back piece has also a relief sculpture of the original courthouse, which is in the roundabout. When I create a sculpture, I want to, especially one that's going to be so specific and something that's a commission, I want to really do my research, and I want to make sure that it covers all the bases. There's not going to be anything on that sculpture that's not significant with Columbiana or that space or with me as the artist.
Right.
Which would go back to what we said about the hands and feet. People are going to be like, what are those giant hands and feet? And like I said before, it's part of who I am, and people who collect my work will know right away. They'll see it and they'll go, that looks exactly like a piece that Nelson made. And so that's, and people will become familiar with it.
So, I mean, it's the county seat, and there's the artistic aspects of it, the academic narrative is definitely, I mean, people that appreciate high art, I'll just use that term, I believe they would drive for miles to see it. Yeah, I know they will. They're already clamoring to see it. But the other part I like is that it's as the county seat. That's the title of the piece, right?
It's called County Seat.
Right on. So it's like supposed to be super accessible. We want people to get up in there, sit in the seat, take pictures, hashtag, have fun in Columbiana, and on something that's historically significant.
Yeah.
And
absolutely. And I'm honored to be a part of that.
Well, I think it'll be a lasting piece, and it definitely has an open-ended narrative. I realize that there's a bit of mystery to the hands and feet on a chair, but it's whimsical, man.
It'll be the thing that, I believe it'll be a thing that'll bring people there. But also, just keep in mind, it was cast all there on site.
So this is a great way to wrap up our conversation. So we're cast in the middle on site. We're going to be doing some forging. Can you comment a little bit about the accessibility of that, classes and things that will be coming up?
So we will be installing the sculpture in April, the end of April. But June 1st is when, the month of June is when I want to start doing some workshops and teaching people how to cast metal. And we'll have plenty of opportunities to learn not only the casting, not only the pouring of the metal, but everything that works up to that. And at any level, a beginner level, intermediate level, expert level, we'll teach it all over the course of
that's what is the cool thing about the art form is it's so conspicuous. I mean, it's almost like a spectator. I mean, it is fun. I'll just say this: when we are trying to make it an event on social media, whenever you do a pour, or whenever Hank in the future will do some forging, if you're not in the class, it's still fascinating to watch.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, people line up to watch it. I believe they'll drive to watch it. I believe the tourism board will be interested in it. It's just good things to come.
Right.
Well, bro, thank you for being a part of when I talk about the Arts Council, I always say that we believe the infusion of arts and cultural opportunities in the community raise the value of that community at conceivably every level. Yeah. When I say that, I'm passionate about it because I believe that it's like throwing a rock in a pond, the waves keep going on. It'll last longer than both of us. You'll last way longer than me, but statistically speaking. But anyway, it will last longer than both of us. It'll bless the community in a long-term indirect economic impacts sort of way. So I don't think we're just making art for art's sake. We're doing it for that, but we're doing it to elevate the community. And I believe sincerely
100%.
This public sculpture will be the centerpiece of that.
Yeah, thank you. I hope so.
Yeah, man, absolutely.